Welcome to the 1 Minute Apologist. We interview the world's leading apologists to provide credible answers to curious questions.
Jim, why does every Christian need to understand circumstantial evidence?
You know, I think that circumstantial evidence has got a bad name in our culture. People will say, oh, that's just a circumstantial case. You can tell there's a certain disdain for circumstantial evidence. Now, I can tell you that I've done a number of cold cases, all cases from the distant past, where we've made a case and successfully prosecuted somebody with nothing more than circumstantial evidence. I have never had a case I made with direct evidence. There's two kinds of evidence: direct evidence, indirect evidence. That's sometimes called circumstantial evidence. I'll give you a quick illustration we use in court. Judges will use this as an illustration in California. If somebody came inside from outside and told you it was raining outside, that would be a piece of direct evidence, eyewitness testimony. You can conclude, if you find the witness to be reliable, that it's raining outside. On the other hand, if someone comes in and they're drenched with water and take off their raincoat and they take off their umbrella and they take the water off it and put it against the wall, you might conclude from that indirect evidence that it's raining outside. Now you might say to yourself, well, maybe he walked through a sprinkler. Really, he knew in advance he was going to encounter a sprinkler, so he wore a raincoat and an umbrella. The most reasonable inference from the indirect evidence is that it's raining outside. That's how we come to the same conclusion about the truth, two different ways. And in California, we're told not to denigrate circumstantial evidence. There's jury instruction that tells jurors that it has the exact same value in their deliberation as direct evidence. No difference. Why it's important to Christians is we're going to build the case for Christianity on the basis of circumstantial evidence, things that point to the same reasonable conclusion. And if we allow people to frame the game up before we begin by saying you don't have any direct evidence, well, that's a false claim, and we don't need to have direct evidence to come to a truth claim. I've never had it, yet I'm able to convict suspects all the time. The first thing we have to kind of understand, though, is the power of circumstantial evidence and help people to realize that in trials every day across the land, we don't need direct evidence to make the case.